LGT. Okay, looks good to me, XP. So the size appears to be helping to improve code review intuition and skills. And many of you know that in the age of AI and huge code generation, code review probably is the toughest one. So in 2026, you no longer need to solve a bunch of lead code questions. Probably you need to focus more on the skills. How would you approach the code review and how you spot all of this like issues from the review of your coworker or LLM or anything like that. So let's check this out. So this is basically a roguelike game when you're supposed to train your code review intuition, similar to Duolingo. So let's try this out. So can we spot the obvious problem here? Add loading state to invite form. Okay, I'm not a React expert, so I never actually done any proper React in my career, like on my project. But let's see if we can find any issues. Okay, we have set sending function. All right, so once we done some proper validation, we set email to empty string. Okay, send submit, invite, state sending. I don't know, this seems legit to me. So I would just approve it. Okay, yeah, that's clean. All right, so what we have here, that's another bunch of TypeScript. Like, what the hell is that? Checkout tip. Okay, so that's negative div. Can we spot obvious problem here? Some regex, like this is splitly. I think there is like missing validation here. This is fine, but I don't think that's sufficient for that. Okay, so 0 to 9. Okay, that's cool. Placeholder 0. Okay, it's probably trying to sanitize keyboard inputs from iOS. I have no idea what's going on. Like, I've never done like a lot of like client code. Okay, we can ask ChatGPT. Why won't we do that? Fuck, I don't want to ask this. So, okay, that's first logged. Let's submit for review. Okay, that was a false positive. Not sure why that's false positive. It appears that it's missing a unit test for me. But in my judgment, splitting, oh, okay, this is like a synthetic sugar from JavaScript. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, that makes sense, but still, without the test, it's a little bit off to have like a approval for this. All right, so what we have? What do we have? I already have like 70 XP. Okay, can we get, okay, another React? Okay, I don't want to do React code. Can we change my career? I want to change to have more problems that I can actually solve. Let's pick fast API backend. Let's pick LLM agents. Let's go. Okay, it seems to be refreshed. So what do we do? All right, Postgres, Bootstrap. That should be the easy one. So Ceramic, Cold Cutover, SQLite, NYC. Okay, let's do this scan. So there's a hard-coded variable for database URL. Yeah, that sucks. That's definitely anti-pattern. Okay, so we create engine. It's like, I think future has like an issue because in my mind it's supposed to be async. Not sure if it's a sync connection that we can just pass to session maker. And we see a lot of sync code in Python without async IO or anything like that. So I would just flag that line probably needs to have, we should double check this line. Okay, we do have security breach. Okay, yeah. I totally missed that in the login, we basically exposed the whole database URL connection string with the patterns, passwords, stuff like that. And that could have been leaked. And yeah, never do this in production. Yeah, honestly, that sucks. Okay, back to dashboard. Okay, did I have a penalty for that? I don't know. Okay, add pagination to user report. Okay, that's should be simple one. So let's see. So we have like page and size, both are integers. Like this is all wrong. Like this is like tries to pull all the data from the database and then we paginate. So for the context, we need to understand whether like what kind of forum is that. If it's not lazy evaluation, that like entire, just that line can pull all the data from the table of users into RAM and then apply some sorting and offset of slice. And this is wrong. For the size calculation, we don't validate size. I think this is also wrong. So what if we pass a negative size or negative page? What if we pass like not a valid integer numbers? I think that's lacking a lot of validation, so I will just flag that. Okay, partial. Oh, okay, I see. The label was wrong. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, can I get to L2 at least? Like, what is progression? Junior 1? Okay. I need 25 more XP. Okay, it tries to retry me the same one. Okay, let's review the secure cookie pull request. Okay, we have starlet middleware with protocol match. It's an async. Then we have, yeah, I think this mismatch of the max age on both of these lines. That's for sure. 308, I don't quite remember what kind of redirect is permanent or temporary, but I would at least make it as not a number, but as a, I would say, more explicit constant, saying like this is like a temporary redirect, and we won't be permanent redirect. So I think that's an issue as well. All false positive. Interesting. Okay, let's go back. Profile clipper. Okay, let's see. Middleware. So this looks very suspicious. I can understand that we unpacking basically another list to tuple in Python, and this should work, and we can just prepare the middleware and tuples are immutable or list immutable. But I would have done it in a different way. We can just use this plus equals notation. This should work much better, much better than this one. Also, this should work, but why just don't use like environment variable for this kind of stuff? Here I would just return like the bug value itself. Okay, security breach. Where the fuck security breach is? Actually, yeah, if we ship this to production, we can expose the environment through this page, and that's definitely a security breach. Interesting. Can I go back? So yeah, I get promoted to O2. Oh, so